Hi soulmates, welcome to today's tutorial. So I'm going to be showing you how to draft this beautiful palazzo pleated pant you're seeing on your screen. It's very easy actually and simple to make. So if this is what you like to see, let's get right into the video. If you're new on this channel, you're welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get updates whenever we post new videos. So the first thing to do is to draw up your startup line, which I did. After drawing up your startup line, ensure your fabric is in place. I'm using a crepe fabric for this particular palazzo pant, a light crepe fabric. So my trouser length is 42. Now this is exclusive of the band, meaning I did not add the band to the length. I just did the length of my trouser and the hemming allowance. The next thing I went ahead to do was to determine my crotch length, which kept me at 10 inches from the waist area. So after doing that, I went ahead to put in my thigh measurement on that crouch line, which I did, which kept me at 12 inches, right? Then I went ahead to mark 2 inches for my crouch extension, and I extended that 2 inches to the waist. I went ahead to draw my crouch curve. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to put in my exact waist measurement, and I ensure I added half an inch for sewing allowance. After doing that, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark 6 inches for the pleats. This means that by the time we pleat, we are going to be having our fabric is going to go in by 3 inches, so that's what made it 6 inches. So at this junction, how full you want your pleats to be all depends on you. Okay, so after getting the pleats, the amount of pleats I want on my trouser, I then went ahead to mark that same line straight from the waist down. As you can see the whole thing is looking straight. It's not supposed to have a fitted curve because this is a pleated trouser. Okay, so this is me trying to see how it's going to be, or how the pleat is going to look like by the time I'm done. So can you see? So after this point, I discovered that the pleat is going to be looking too small. So I added extra 1 inch, because by the time I do my necessary all the sewing, I'll be having shortage on the pleat area. So I added extra 1 inch. Like I said, it's optional. How wide you want your pleat to be, it depends on you. So for me at this moment, I used 6 inches, then added extra 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So can you see? So at this point, I picked from my waist area, so that's exactly my waist measurement right now. Why the fabric is on pleat, so it's actually what I wanted. So I opened it up and added that extra 1 inch to down to the length of this trouser. So I hope you are following me, and if this tutorial has been helpful so far, don't forget to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. It helps this video to reach other people. Okay, so after doing that, I just went ahead to cut out straight. Now if you're a plus size person, just put your thigh measurement, just follow the same process. Then how full you want your pleat to be depends on you, so you can decide how many inches you want to add for your pleats from your waist area. Okay, so I hope we are getting this tutorial. I hope you're getting it. If you're not getting it, please do well to revisit the video again. Okay, so this is for the back pattern. For the back pattern, I placed the front pattern on it. Then at this point, I went ahead to mark my zipper allowance. So the length of my zip from the waist was 7 inches. I stopped there. Then I used 1 inch for the zipper allowance because I don't want the allowance to be too much. Okay, so I just created a curve to meet the front crouch. So for the crotch area, you add 1 inch from the crotch area down to the length of your trouser. This is because the back is always bigger than the front. So if you're a plus size at this point, you might want to make it 1.5 on that area. Then on the side, you make it 1 inches. Okay, so depend on how fat you are. Okay, so after doing that, it's as simple as that. I just went ahead to cut out. So this trouser is actually very easy to cut. So just watch this video and ensure to follow the steps. So that's the zip area. You can see it's coming out. I went ahead to notch. Now this fabric, I'm actually making this dress for a client, so we're going to see how it's looking like on my client at the end of this video. So I went ahead to cut out. After cutting, the next thing we're going to do is to go ahead with the sewing process. So for the front area, I'm going to sew the front crouch area with 1/2 inch. So that's the area I'm marking. Then for the back, I will sew the crouch area to the point where the zip is. Just as you are seeing on your screen, I'm going to stop at that area because from that area, we're going to fix our zip. Okay. So I'm done sewing the front crouch. Now it's time to make our pleat. So definitely we have to make the split before we go ahead with the sewing. So what I did was to mark the exact waist of my client, which is 6.5. This is after I've divided it by 4. Then I push in the excess fabric to form my pleat. Then I left 3/4 inch for my sewing allowance. So at this point, you can decide to use 1 inch or 1/2 inch, but please don't use more than 1 inch. If you use more than 1 inch, the allowance will be too much and it might make your dress not to relax. So I went ahead to do the same thing on the other side of this trouser, leaving the same allowance by the side and just using my pin to hold it in place. So as we can see, the pleats are already coming out, they're already forming, right? I went ahead to repeat the same process for the back. So for the back, at this point, the area you notch for your zip is where you're going to start your waist measurement from. Then you take in the excess and leave allowance just like we did for the front. So please like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe if you want to see more tutorials on how to improve your sewing game. And all, don't forget to like and share as well. Leave a comment. It helps me know you're following me and it helps me know what you might want me to, what tutorial you want me to create for you per time. Okay, thank you so much. So the next thing I had to do was to cut in my pocket bag. So at this point, I just use a kidney kind of shape because I don't want, it's just an inner pocket. Okay, after doing that, I just went ahead to cut it out, as you can see. So you can use any shape of your choice. After cutting it, I then went ahead to cut for the second side of the pocket. So you need 4 pieces, 2 for one side and 2 for the other side of your pocket bag. Okay, so after cutting it, I went ahead to mark the area I'm going to fix the pocket on my trouser. So at this point, you come down by 1 inch. So I marked 1 inch, come down by 1 inch. Then my pocket opening was 6.5. Using 7 would be too wide for my client because my client is not fat. So if you're on the plus size, you can use 7. So just come down by 1 inch, then do that as well. I went ahead to do the sewing off camera to avoid this video being long. So that's the pocket opening, and as you can see, the pleats, it's forming by the side. It's formed by the side already. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to fix my band and as well fix it off camera. Okay, so here is my beautiful client. You can see her smile. Very catchy. See. So this is the trouser. This is how it's looking on my client. And if you would like to see a tutorial of how I made this pleated cow neck dress, let me know in the comment section. Bye.